Gwitch, and welcome back to another quick update video here. So just recently the early access game has been updated to update 3.5, the fluid update, and it has some new interesting machines in there and parts, and we'll take a quick look how you unlock all that first. So the first part of the new update is the new packager. This is unlocked in tier number 5, the alternate fluid transport. So in regards when you have all your empty canisters and all those such, you unlock it with the 25 modular frame, 100 motor, 200 plastic and 3000 wire. The second part then is the pipeline. So the Mark II pipelines are all unlocked in tier 6 for the pipeline engineering Mark II. And the last thing then is the factory ladder, which is unlocked through the Awesome Shop for 4 FICSIT tokens or coupons. So the first major upgrade we see in the update number 3 is an upgrade of Mark II pipes, pumps, and this little dealicky here, this little valve. So currently previously we only had the Mark I pipe, which actually only transports 300 meters cubed of water. With the Mark II now we can transport up to 600 meters cubed of water. Now they brought this in because the likes of your nuclear power plant and the oil for producing oil, that you could, if you maxed out the machines, you needed more than 300 meters cube of liquid. So I know that the nuclear reactors was looking for up to, I think is max, it needed 300 even at 100%, so if you were to max it out you needed even more. And with the upgrade of the Mark II, so the Mark II has these nice little indentations on it, and you can upgrade it easily just by pointing at it and selecting the actual pipe. And if you want to downgrade it, then you just downgrade it to the Mark I again. Same sort of pipes and markings as previously, so it's nothing much different except just the pipe design. Then we move on to the actual pumps. So previously we just had the Mark I pump. This has actually reduced in size. Take a quick look at in the previous version. So you can see here we're in the previous version. We're in version update 3. You can actually see the pump is in the same place but slightly larger. And there's my body dumbbell. Is slightly larger. They reduced the size of it overall. So back again you can see the difference in the size. Now then we have our Mark II pumps. Now the difference between these is the head lift. Well, visibly they're different. You can see that they're actually physically different. But the head lift. So the Mark I here has a head lift of 25 meters, or is it 12? 20 meters, sorry. And the new one has a head lift of 50 meters, so the Mark II pipeline pump. So this over doubles the amount of distance from the Mark I to the Mark II, which is absolutely fantastic. So you need less than half of the amount of pumps. But again, this is only unlocked in tier 6, so by the time you go into Mark II pumps, you're doing a lot of work and a lot of production. Also, we have the new pipeline valve. So what this does is this can restrict the amount of water that transports, and you can also turn it off. It also restricts a backflow. So if you have something regards a tank of liquid like this one here, that if you stop pumping into it, it's not just going to backflow and empty out the system. And again, this is also directional. Now the great thing about these the new pumps and stuff is the actual interaction with them. Now I'll cover the little blue indicator in a second, but you can see once you click it once, you can actually rotate the pump in any which direction you want to put it. Rotate it around. So if we place that one there, you can see, place this, copy this one, you can see I can change again the direction of which one I wanted to go, and then click once, and then I can rotate using the rollerball on your mouse, and then rotate sideways and click again. Same with this doohickey, the valve. So again you can rotate and then click and you can rotate it any way you want. So that's a great news addition. Mark II pipes, Mark II pumps and valves. Now on to what these actually can do. So I have a simple setup here, just to show you the head lift of the pumps. Currently I have the water shut off. Coming into this pipe, you can see it's off. This is controlled from here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect up my power to the system here. Come on. What? There. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the water valve here. If I can get the valve. So I'm only going to allow 150 through here, or 300. You can either use a slider or you can actually type it in. Oh, 3000, no. Only on 300. So that means there's only 300 to 600 water coming through here from the below. So you can see it's only feeding up 300 into this, and then I can actually go along to this valve here, and I can set this to 150 if I wanted to. And that means then the flow rate coming through this pipe will only be 150 once it picks up. And that's what the great thing about the valve. If my pump starts up, did I open that correctly? Yeah, 150 go through, so that's great, just filling in. Now it's starting to build up. Now they're working away. And that will eventually, once the pressure builds up, it'll start working. Now, head lift indicators. This is the big change. So once previously when you placed the pipe on one of the pumps on a pipe, you had to guess of where it was, and you sort of move them around until you actually got it right. Now we have an indicator. So if I get in here closely, you'll notice, see that indicator's gone up, and you can see the top blue circle is moving. That is the max head lift for this. And you can see how, wait, I'll have to show this again. You can see the solid blue one just above this. That is the head lift of the pump below. And the best thing here is you can click it onto it. So if you place the pump, and we'll connect it up, that means then you've actually set it at the maximum head lift for that pump. Now it'll kick in a second once the pressure builds up. But you can see it working away there, and we can, if we take a look up here, we'll see our tank filling up. Look at that. Now this is where the new Mark II pipes comes into itself. If we look here, this pump is actually filling the tank up top. That's because if we press F here, you can see the solid white blue line at the top? That means the head lift is actually exceeding the max amount I needed to lift here, which is exactly what we want. So we've only one pump this side and three this side. And it's only, there's no indicator of head lift is exceeding recommended levels. So it's just on the bend. But you can see the difference in the setups and how they both achieve. Now if I want, I can shut off my flow rate here. And eventually as the pressure dies down, as the pipes down here empty, you'll find those pumps will turn off, and then you can turn it back on again. So that's the great thing. You can shut off a whole network of water from here. Now we just need that same functionality in the power poles. Are you listening, Coffee Stain Studios? We need it in the power poles. So yes. So now let's move on to the next part of this update. So this is the next part of the update, is the packet machine. And I love again the way the peeps at Coffee Stain call it a packet Mark 1. So potentially we could get a Mark 2. Now the one big difference in this machine before is the actual inputs and outputs points. They're actually on top of each other. Now what we'll do here is we'll run over here. We'll do this. And we'll put it back in over here again, because it looks like I've ran out. Now there, look at that. So the input and output is vertical instead of horizontal. So if we look at the other ones over there, they're actually horizontal in the refinery over there. So previously this was worked in the refinery, and now it has its own individual machine. The reason for that, there was a lot of community debate in regards that machine was massive. It was a massive draw on power for such a simple little process of packaging and unpackaging a liquid. So you can see here I'm unpackaging in this one, package water going in, the liquid is coming out, stored in there, and the packages are then being fed over here where I'm reversing the process again. And as simple as that. They're a nice little small machine. It means you can fit more in. There is a few that's saying now in the community that these things are just too small. I think it's just compared to the size of the refinery. But they're pretty simple, straightforward. They're just one singular job. Package and unpackage a liquid. I love the animations here. They look great on it, I think. Actually, that doesn't move. So that twists, but it doesn't. There's a little visual glitch copy stain if you're watching. So there's a bit more additions to this update, and we'll move on to those now. The first addition is the change of the refinery. So this is what the refinery looks now, and this is what it looked previously. So there's a big visual change in it. It's definitely different, and we'll go back to the update. So there's a big visual difference in regards what it looks like and how it portrays. So what we have here is actually another change in another part of the machinery. The jump pad's been changed. So potentially you can see here there's actually 3 types of jump pads here, or 4, but it looks like 4. These 2 on the right hand side are the old style jump pads, and this is the new style here on the left. Now what the big difference is, the old one we had the flat or the 45-degree angle, and that was it. Whereas the new one now, you actually, when you place it, so you click once, you get to actually decide on the trajectory of where you land or where you want to land. So you can adjust it how you see fit, which is a great thing. So I've just replicated the ones across here. So now with the new jump pad, there's only 1. There's no longer 2 anymore. So if you go into the, where is it, transport, there's only 1 jump pad and 1 jelly landing pad from 2. Another addition, addition to it is we actually have ladders now. So over here, these are not 3, 4 different types of length of ladders. The ladder is 1 short length. If you, the first time you click it, you can then adjust the height of it, and then click it again, and it builds another ladder. And then if you want to build higher, you just place on top and keep going up, and potentially the sky is the limit. So you can go nuts with this. I'm sure a lot of people have or will go nuts. They will go to build height just for the fun of it, just so you can. Pretty easy structure. Another thing is a few changes here. You can see that the jump pads can actually be stuck on roof, on the underside of foundations, and on walls. And also the same can be done for the power poles. So power poles can now be stuck under foundations and on the side of foundations. Previously this couldn't be done. You had to put on a wall to get them on the side, and they couldn't be placed underneath. And what's even better is that if you go to place it, it changes. So this is on a pole on the foundation, a power wire on the wall, and then straight up to the underside of the foundation, also on the wall. Now also the conveyor constructs also can be attached to the side of foundations now also. So that makes helpful as well in regards building, makes it more, a lot of little quality of life additions, which helps out. And that's it for the fluid update. So you can see here I'm on my little test map. I've created this map for myself to have all of the machines and everything on it, so it's easy just to replicate and show the differences in different types of things. Now I haven't noticed anything else in regards machinery, but if you do, or if I do, I'll let you know. If you do, throw a comment down below. So again, thank you again for watching. If you like it, hit that like button. If you subscribe to see more of my videos, and then hit that bell icon if you want to get notified of when I upload a new one. So we'll see you later. See you around. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Slán. And for anyone who's got this far, I see a few additions to the map, or not additions, I see a few items on the map that are actually appearing anymore. They are no longer invisible. So I think I might be trying a few speedruns.